Hello and welcome to the Brick Creek. Today with another, yes, another Mould King, I know. Model number 13146, and we have a little bit over 3K on pieces here. That's the RC articulated logging truck. I have only seen the picture, and I thought it's a ugly little bastard here. But it has a lot of functions, so I want to try it. It's not big, but it's not too small, even for an old man like me. Must be possible to get this done. The typical Mould King instructions. This here should be our set in the end. Here you see an articulated logging truck. Okay. It's a lot to build. Well, the main vehicle here is it looks so comical. So, but perhaps the original articulated logging trucks, they look the same because they have to drive into forest and through rivers and all kind of obstacles. So I don't know how they look in original. I will see. I don't know if this is a stolen MOC. Just check the set information. When it's a stolen MOC, then there is a link to the original and another link to the shop where you can buy this without any issues or problems. So we have a sticker. Perhaps this time it's needed. Perhaps not this part, but the upper part here with all the stickers for the engines, for the motors and the battery box, cause this is a little bit a bigger set. So we have an M. This is for Mould King, always the same box. It's a Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz receiver with power unit in it. We have an XL. We have an L, we have the typical Mould King RC. Nice is they have a screwdriver with it to open the little screw, and we have always a charging cable. That's not necessary, I believe, but okay. So an M. So we have two M, an XL and an L. That's not bad, isn't it? But not enough for this set. We have two XL, two L, 3L and a second battery box. So this is technique-wise, power function-wise, the biggest set I have ever built. I've never built a set with two charging or power boxes. So I'm curious how I can manage it here, how it's done, how the functions are laid on the buttons. That's interesting. So now we come to the big tires. I love that one. They are on the Greenhound buggy, and they were on another car I built the last few. How was it? Well, the tractor, the fast track tractor. So we have 8 of the big ones with. I love the red rims. So this is really a big set. Then we have a bag of only the typical Technic connectors and pins, axles, and in the typical colors used from the Dens too. So then we have building step 1. There's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally 6 building steps. Now this is a huge set. And on top of that we have another 8 rims as decoration on the big ones. So only for decoration. So that's nice. The instructions and an extension cable. So I'm really curious about the set, and if I get it managed that all works. You know, I'm not a super technic guy. I try my best. half of, or 2/3 of building step 1. We already implanted 2 motors here. The M motor that goes to these 2 gears here. Smaller black one and then the bigger black one. And the XL motor, he goes to this gear section. All 3 of the light bluish gray ones. This is in the middle, so both of the other gears are working. This here is not connected at the moment, and this here goes directly here to the big one, and here over our ball joints we give the power to the wheels. So far a really nice build, not complicated. The funny fact is there's a correction sheet for building step 41, and normally there's a difference, and I searched for the difference nearly a minute, but I couldn't find anyone because all the 4 pieces in that building step were assembled at the same point. So I thought, why is there a correction sheet? And the correction is that in the original picture, in the instructions, you see these 2 blue pins, and they are not assembled at that moment or something like that. So if you have the same, or if you build this set and you buy it, now you know. The correction sheet, don't look for the difference, there is no difference. Only in you seeing a blue pin that is not needed in that building step. So you can save time. I need it. Oh, building step 1 is finished and brought us the 2 motors and the 6 cylinder in a row. See, no problem, smoothly. That happens sometime because it's not connected at the moment. It's running free falling. So, and here the air intake for cooling. This here is actually funny. I don't know what this here means. You see, there's a spring on the axle and 2 X stoppers, so it can't move. I don't know. I believe this is only cosmetic. But so far, really nice build. Totally straight and entertaining. So I'm half in building step 2 and brought us here a lot of framing, get this sturdy. You see, it's really like a frame connected here, and then we have a group of passenger seats and a driver seat and a not connected wheel. Yes, everything fine so far. Still nice, entertaining, no problem at all at the moment. The only problem is I don't know where the cables will be, where the connection box will sit. So it's that is a thing I hate about Mould King. Then they don't show you how to operate properly with the cables, and that you decide in early build how the best way to connect is, and not later on you have a too short cable, or you have to disassemble half of the set to get the cable better to the battery box. So Mould King, please in future always show us in the beginning always the cables. They show you only the motor. In some instructions they show you the cable management, and some not. So please do this in all sets. Building step 2 is finished, and this is how far it brought us. We got 2 doors here. I don't know why here is still 1 pillar not set or something like that, like here, I don't know. Okay, one point is that in the instructions the battery box has on this side and on this side a pinhole. The original box you get doesn't have that, so it sits only on one half Technic pin here inside the box, not on two. I believe that's no problem. And this is the other side. So I don't know, I find it a kind of funny looking vehicle. Really is. Okay, let's go further to 3, and 3 I believe will finish here the front vehicle of our set, and then we can go to the hangar. So building step 3 is finished, and man, this model is a little bit strange. Okay, this gear is still not connected to anything, to the motor, but to the fake motor, but to nothing else. So that's a little bit strange. Then what I said, this here, these springs wouldn't work as a suspension because of the X stoppers here of the yellow ones. But look, it works. The problem is when I now turn it, then it goes, you see there's nothing, not another stopper, so it goes out. So it needs pressure of the surface to stay inside, and we have here no counterpart. At the moment there's no spring. I have 2 more springs. I don't know if they were forgotten for here in the instructions, if I have to assemble them my own later on, but we will see. It's strange at the moment. I like it because it's such a strange model, but something's wrong here. This is too long. So here half of building step 4, and these gears here, these 2 not connected at the moment. This gray one here is connected to the B, and B, the XL motor, drives that axle inside here of that. This big one, this big wheel gear, is driven over this mechanism here with this M motor. That's strange. The XL motor here is connected directly to this, and I see it. The XL motor drives this here. So now I assembled all of the 7 engines of this set. Yes, I haven't tried if it's working. I assemble it to the end and hope that everything works fine. Now this is the building step 4, and yes, the last motor, M motor here, I assembled in the bag, and yes, so far we are. And no problem at all, everything's alright, but here we have the same suspension mechanism like in the front part of the vehicle. Did you question yourself the last 15 minutes or 12 minutes, how long this video already is? I don't know. How will Frank gotta steer this thing? And that was the whole, it bothered me the whole day yesterday. Man, you didn't assemble the steering. How is, I can't show you, Mould doesn't make a set, a vehicle, a land-based vehicle that's not steerable. but I had no servo motor, no steerable front axle, nothing. Steering goes over this here, over the actuators. And I'm really pumped to see this. If this works well, this is the strangest steering I've ever built. But okay, we will see. So, like always, or mostly, I show this in the review, not in this assemble part. But this will be really interesting if this is working with the steering. So, the beginning of building step 5 brought us here the mechanism for pulling out all of the 4 feet here to give the vehicle proper stand in the outside, in the wildness. And yes, nothing special, it works. A little bit here of covering the feet, and the next beginning, now it's changing from yellow to red, and we are building a frame here on top of it. So building step 6 is done, brought us all 4 of the drawable feet here to give us a secure stand when we're working with our vehicle. Then here the under construction, again in the middle the big wheel, and so we have a 4-wheeler here, a small 4-wheeler. Yeah, we are close to the finish. I believe we have now a working arm here to collect the logs and put them on here. I believe that's the last part here, the last movable Technic part in the set. We will see. So it's done. We are finished. Building step 6 brought us only the arm here, and this here, this is heavy. It's from metal. It's really heavy. So yes, this thing is bigger than I thought, and it was much more fun to assemble than I thought. And yes, if it's working, we wait to the review. Like always, I know I'm a bad guy. So that's the reason you check in for the review, so that we find out together if this is working like it should be. And I'm most excited about the steering with this, the excavators here, not the excavators, the actuators. I'm really pumped. You see here we put on rims on rims. So this is a cool model. To assemble it was a lot of fun, and when everything works, this is a thumb up. We will see. So thank you for watching. I'm Frank, your Brick Freak, and I catch you in the next one.